And we are live with our Continental season review. We are back, day 63 of our Unemployed with PhD podcast. We're going to start directly by giving it a rating from 1 to 10. And I give it a 6.
No! The whole series?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
You gave it a 9?
Dude, this series was good. What happened?
No.
What happened? I thought episodes 1s and 2s were like 6s, like 7, like 7.5. The whole series, the last episode was cool.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I thought that, dude, they brought the cinematography back.
It was
They
just too
No,
convenient.
hit me. You got the hot takes for episode 3. That's what happened. For anyone wondering, before we started, I said, I don't have any hot takes for episode 3. I thought it was bomb. He's like, we'll talk about it.
Wait.
You got the hot takes.
Because bombing means bad. In comedy, when you bomb, it means that you didn't do well. So it's like, I mean, some people use bomb for good. I don't know why, but in general, bomb means bad. But anyway, no, here's the thing. In episode 3, it was just too convenient for them. Look, it started well. Like when he was, like I really liked this part when he was lecturing them, when he was telling them there is no guarantees. That was like a mind-blowing line for me. It's like too simple, but it's like so true, because and like superhero movies and like all these action movies, they just make it look too easy, you know, like
It's
they're
too
so
safe.
they're like too confident, like, yeah, we're gonna get it done. He's like, bro, y'all need to understand, like, there's no guarantees here. We might all get shot, we might not all get killed, it might not work, okay?
Yeah.
It just felt too convenient. Look, as a rule of thumb, when you have a group of people on a mission, on a deadly mission, you gotta kill a bunch of them in the process.
Yeah.
Only one of them died, and the way he died was not like it's like just it was just too convenient. That's one. Fighting scenes didn't make sense. I think because I'm comparing it to the John Wick fighting scenes, which were
Very fair. Yes.
which
I,
were
I talked about that in the first episode. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, it's not Keanu Reeves kicking people's ass. Like, it's just not
but still,
him.
that didn't make sense. Like when the twins, when the male twin was fighting the other two, that didn't make sense because he could have easily killed them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give you a shot to fight me first or something. Like, no, that's not how assassins work. You know, like
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And then the final battle between the twin and the Vietnamese lady, it started well, but I feel like they just made it too convenient. It didn't make sense. There was just a little bit of logic missing, and again, they just overpopulated the series. It just felt too convenient. I was like, okay, let's wait to see what happens at the end. And
I will. Your second point, I think, is the one I argue against because this is a prequel. I'm glad only one of them died, because I would expect them to all, being main characters of the prequel, typically go.
So they kill Winston's brother in the first episode, but they decide to not kill anybody. And
I knew, but remember, he had it coming. He had to go. Every literary rule ever made is like, all right, this guy's gotta die. Like, there's no way he's making it even at the first episode. When I first started the episode, I was like, he's dead. Winston's brother? Okay, bro. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay, Winston's. Okay, Bruce Wayne's parents. You'll make it far.
yeah,
I don't know,
the cops arc finally made sense,
Of course.
which was good. It was a good arc. It was I liked it. I just didn't like how it was moving throughout the series. Like in the first couple episodes, I didn't really care much about her. Now you might tell me they needed all of this so that you have this climactic moment at the end, but they could have done it better. Like, I think they just gave her maybe too much attention in the first 2 episodes, because when you give someone time, you're taking it from somewhere else, you know. And this happened, I felt, with the cop and with the Bowery people. The Bowery people
Yeah.
was really interesting. I really liked it, but it just, in such a design of a series, you can't spend that much time on them. That was my issue. Like, because the part was really interesting, how it's designed, how it's built, but it's not that relevant to the story. They're just there to help you, you know. So
I guess I see the Continental as a world building series as well,
yeah,
and
makes
it does
sense.
do a lot of world building. Like,
Yeah.
there is a lot of complexity added to it. There's a lot of depth added to the entire world. Like, John Wick, unfortunately, like again about I remember from the fourth movie, right, when he starts, it's like the main guy, the head honcho of the whole syndicate forever, and he just blows him away, and it's like, wait, bro, is he not like a relevant character? But it's because there's so much world to be built upon, like they can't have backgrounds for everything, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of depth established.
I just noticed the discrepancy between the first.
I do agree though. I do think there was a lot of there was a lot of wasted time. There was a lot of wasted time, and I did not care about the cop storyline. Next, I don't care.
It's like the boat scenes in Squid Games. Like, okay, whatever. Look, I get it. The last moment at the end where like, oh, you're the child who was like, we killed her father, and then she discovers that it was Cormac who did it, so she kills him. But it's just too late. You know, it's too late, right? It's like what we said in Squid Game. It's too late, you know, for if you wanna like. So there's that, and like I mentioned in episode 2, it's the transition from Mel Gibson being just a casual character who's talking to people, and then suddenly he just gets mad and like chops someone to pieces and on Continental grounds, which is illegal. It didn't make sense. The transition didn't make sense. So I feel that this relates to the wasted time, is that they spend a lot of time on building the world to the point where they didn't develop the characters the way it should have done instead. And they could have done it. I mean, this is an excuse that I always give to movies, but it's just always there. I feel that the writers simply ran out of time, because I can see the effort in episode 1. I can see episode 1 was much better than the other two. It was much better built, much better paced. I noticed the effort, so something happened that led to the production to be, I would assume, rushed in episodes 2 and 3. Maybe because they spent much more time on episode 1. Who knows? Like, but I just noticed the discrepancy.
I thought episode 3 was probably better than episode 2.
Yeah.
Not better than episode 1.
Yeah, no, episode 1 was the best. No, episode 1 hit me.
Episode 1's the best. Episode 3 was, they did their stuff though. Like the cinematography was popping. Like from the opening scene to like
exactly.
all that was actually really really well done. And I mean the script, the writing, the script, like the character writing. I mean it's pretty consistent throughout. Like it's not like it. I don't feel like it teetered off. I feel like the plot itself. Yeah, it was like, okay, how do we make a prequel? Like, how do we make a prequel for Winston instead of like just making a prequel for John? Because they obviously can't hire a new Keanu Reeves. Like, it's just not something they can just bring in right quick.
I think the ending wasn't the best polished, because it was too convenient for the characters. When they killed the male twin, like, oh, the kid is suddenly with the black woman and the what's it called, the thing upstairs, and then he suddenly helps her and like. Okay, I like this part where this is her first time ever shooting a gun. This was a good moment, but it was just too convenient. Like, it was just like, you can't make it that convenient, especially, again, when at the beginning of the episodes he tells them, there are no guarantees, right? So like, you want to like, if you don't want to make it, if you want to make it that convenient, at least you want to kill some people, you know, like. So
they set your expectations really high with that heat, and they didn't follow through.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's I would probably some disagreements across the writers' room, I would say, and like, you can notice when you see like these changes in the style. There's probably some not disagreements, but like they just gave each writer something to do, which is usually not recommended. And I feel the best example is. I watched the first 2 episodes of the Sex Life of College Girls, and so there's not recently when it got when it got really, I obviously didn't finish it because it was just like too graphic. I didn't care, and so in the series there's 4 main characters, and it was like so obvious that they're making each writer write each character's scenes. And it was leading to a big discrepancy. Like, you notice the difference in the style and everything, and you notice that this character is much better written than the other one because this writer is probably better. And like, you don't want this in a series. Look, sometimes even if all the writers are good, if you can't just have one writer write a scene, it ruins the style, you know. And I feel that maybe that's what happened here. Maybe some disagreements. Maybe they were like, okay, you write this character, I write this character, and then we try to find a way to merge it. That's not how you should do it.
Writer cohesion.
Yeah.
How do you build a team of writers with cohesion?
That's a very good question. I feel, and this is something we both reviewed a couple years ago with She-Hulk. Did you end up watching the whole season?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was an amazing writers' room. Like this was.
They were on the same team. They were all on the same page.
Yes, very coherent. I know there were 2 episodes at the end that were really bad, but like the first 6 and the last one, the last ending, and like when they actually go to the writers' room and the ending, and the writers become part of the storyline, like this is good cohesion because if you look at She-Hulk, it was 20-minute episodes, 2 storylines in each episode, smooth, good jokes. This was a good writer's room. There was cohesion. Like how do you do it? Obviously, it depends. Like how do you want to approach the series and all of that. But that was a perfect example of how a writer's room was really cohesive. And we know that it was a writer's room. It's not like it was one writer that was taking the bigger cut and then the other writers were just coming at the end fixing it. It was obvious from the finale that they were all just on the same page. And I felt that maybe that was the issue here in the Continental. There was discrepancies, and I mean it's hard when you have all these characters. It's not easy, but
yeah, there's a lot of characters.
There's a lot of characters, so it becomes. This is the question then. How do you approach it as a writer's room?
Yeah, I did expect more characters to die, but I mean it is a prequel, so like I fully expect them to be like, oh, this person's back in this movie, like here's this person from the Continental, like in Ballerina 2 or something like that. Like that's what I would do if I'm making a world like everyone's connected.
Okay, here's the thing: if you want people to stay as characters, then just decide early on who are like the characters you want to keep, and then add characters that you know should die.
Yeah.
So that's one approach, like, because you said Frankie was dying the moment you saw him. Okay.
He's got to.
Okay, so you should just add characters you know should die. There's nothing wrong with killing characters. Like,
for sure.
You actually give them more importance when you kill them, because then you feel that their death had meaning in the story. And again, we talked about it in in Fast and Furious how they literally destroyed the whole guy's purpose when they brought him back from the dead. You can't do that. And then when with Marvel, there were like some rumors that they're trying to bring Iron Man back one way. Like, no, you can't do that because his death
can't do it.
Was just crucial for the whole storyline.
Crucial to the entire plot line of the MCU.
Exactly.
Foreshadowed since the beginning.
Like I even don't want him to come back as another character or something. Like just that's
honestly,
it. No,
yeah,
that's it.
That's it. I hope they're trolling. To be honest.
It was okay. They did it with Chris Evans with like lighting torch, all of that. It was cute. It was nice. I give it to them.
Comedy.
But it just ends there, Like
that's the joke.
Yeah,
that's the joke.
That's the joke.
I don't make it real.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, so. I don't want to see him as Doctor Doom. That is not a good executive decision. That is a money decision right there. They did that for money.
Yeah.
They did that to circulate some paychecks. That was not. Man, they could have just kept going with Kang, but instead they made Kang lose to Ant-Man.
I didn't keep up.
He lost to super mega future power ants, so that's fair. Like nobody could really beat them. You know what I'm saying?
It's fine. You could always bring new characters and give them their own story. It's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with killing people. You don't have to keep bringing people back. I get it. There's always these characters that when they suddenly pop up, you're like, oh yeah, it's amazing. Like what's his name, Wong in MCU. Like we get it, but you don't want to keep everyone alive because you want to maybe figure out later that maybe one of them is the fan favorite or something. Like it's just it's fine, Like if you really want the actor to stay in the universe, then just hire nobody. It's fine. Like there's always ways around it. You don't have to just do things because I want to keep this actor happy because maybe he comes back or she comes back later. Like, no. Again, what matters the most is the story. You don't want to compromise the story because of whatever reason. Because of
I
money.
agree.
Like, I agree, money and is an issue and all of that, but
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we should never compromise the story. I think all those things are what compromise the story. Money
exactly.
decisions, production decisions, actor decisions.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, I think the cast was pretty good for the Continental, though. I thought the cast was
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
What do you
Cast
think?
was good.
Casting was good.
Look. Here's my criteria of how I know the cast is good. Especially when the storyline is fine. Where I don't feel that they only hired somebody because of DEI. Look,
Because they look a certain way.
no, yeah, because look, sometimes I just like if you give me the feeling that you just got hired because of DEI, it means one of two things. Even the story was really bad, and I just find some excuse to to say like it just becomes obvious. You know when you're like when there's a salesperson or like when you're hitting on somebody, like they always tell you like you don't want to sound like you're selling or like you're pushing for something because then they just push away from you because it feels like you're
Right.
forcing it on them, you know. So
Yeah.
so obviously because here I didn't feel the DEI part because the story just went smooth, you know. So this is how I feel that the casting was good. Unlike John Wick 3 where I literally asked, do you think it was a DEI movie? Because there was a lot of bad things in John Wick 3.
It was a pandemic movie.
Because there was a lot of bad things in John Wick. No, it was before the pandemic. It was 2019. The third one,
2019.
yeah, third one was 2019. We said that the issue was that they didn't spend a lot of time working on the movie. They only released it 2 years after John Wick 2, which was not a lot of time if you think about it. So I did mention that it felt like a DEI movie, but the reason I said that was because a lot of the characters didn't make sense to me.
Ah.
So you know, like how when if the characters don't make sense, I get this feeling. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be logical. I'm telling you how I feel when some things don't make sense. So I start to find some issues. So it just becomes obvious to me. Like, and when it becomes obvious, it feels forced. So I also don't like it more. So it's like a positive loop. So with John Wick 3, I felt like it was DI because the Japanese villain, I just didn't buy him much. His acting wasn't good, and the educator was just like kind of obvious how she was picked. So it just didn't make sense to me. But in the Continental, I didn't get this feeling, even though it was obviously a diverse cast, which how we expect all casts to be from now on. So it's just always gonna be the case. But because I didn't get that feeling, this is how I feel the casting was good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be logical, but yeah, I'm just explaining my logic.
I hear what you're saying.
Mm.
I thought casting for John Wick 3.
I want to share a...
Yeah, I just didn't. Y'all love Johnny Yen's character, Donnie Yen's character. I just didn't.
No, Donnie
already
Yen
seen
is
him.
the fourth one, not the
Yeah,
third
that's
one.
right. He is the fourth one. That's what I'm thinking. When did that come out? 2022.
Two.
So
So-
that's the pandemic movie.
Yeah.
That's the DEI movie.
No, the DI movie is the third one.
No, the DEI movie is the pandemic movie because it came out in the pandemic when they had writer strikes and
No, the writer's
Like,
strike
uh,
happened later. I remember that.
it was 2019, 2020. 2020.
No, it happened after the pandemic. What are you talking about? The strikes?
Yeah.
SAG strikes? Yeah, 2023. July.
2023. Wow. I'm way,
Yeah, yeah.
way off.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they just spent. Maybe they just happened to shoot every. I mean, I don't know when it was produced.
No, it was the fourth movie, so they got way bigger budget. They got way better, way more focus on from production.
No, we discussed it. We discussed it in the fourth movie. Remember in the review. I like how we're talking about all those things because it just reminds me of all the things we discussed. In the fourth movie, they just took the feedback from the first movie, and they fixed everything. If you remember, like they listened to feedback. We talked about this. They listened to feedback. How the first thing they did was kill the Elder because it was the most useless character in the whole franchise. Perfect.
Pointless. You should never even have met that character.
Exactly. He shouldn't even be there. Exactly. Which is good. They listened to feedback. They're like, okay, let's just kill him. They killed him. That was it. Done. Then what they did, they made sure that all the characters stay relevant throughout the whole movie. They didn't have random characters suddenly pop up in the middle, like the Japanese guy in the third one. They didn't have that. And they made sure that the villain, which the antagonist, let's say, Donnie Yen had a good presence. He was a good actor. He was a much better actor than the Japanese guy in the third movie. The Japanese guy, again, he was a good stuntman, but not a good actor.
Yeah, excellent stuntman.
Yeah. So they applied all this feedback and it worked. But this is why I felt that, again, the third movie was a DAI movie, so it just gave me that feeling because it was forced on us. And I think, I mean, it was around the time, again, if you think about it, this was when, I'm glad we're discussing this, because if you think about it, so the third movie was 2019. This was around the time when DEI, or diversity in casting, became more prevalent than the previous years, if you think about it. This was the time where, like, they were like, okay, we need to diversify our cast. We need to make sure we have women, we have people of color, we have disabled people, we have LGBT, all of that. Because yeah, all of that. Because when John Wick 1 was made in 2014, he's technically Russian, right? It just doesn't happen anymore that you cast a white American to play a Russian person anymore. Like what happened with Sebastian Stan in Winter Soldier. You don't see that anymore. Like they actually bring a Russian or Eastern European actor to play that role. You don't see like something like the the Social Network where Andrew Garfield is playing a Brazilian character. No. You don't see these things anymore. So it's around the end of the 2010s that we had this shift towards diversity / DEI, and it was probably one of the earliest attempts. So it probably didn't work as much because they were trying to force the DEI instead of just keeping it cohesive. It will. You don't need to force DEI. It's fine. Like it will pop up naturally, but just simply by the law of large numbers. And you need to tweak a little bit. Make sure you don't have, let's say, 5 white guys in a group, and it will work out. So I feel maybe because it was in the early part of the casting directors just were building this experience, and what's your take? I want to show a scene from the episode.
Oh, the twins. Yeah, they had that shit on.
The twins.
Yeah, I love when I always appreciate motif characters like this.
Yeah.
It takes a lot from the production standpoint. You have to make sure casting's on point. You have to make sure the writers are on the same page. You have to make sure like wardrobe's on point because they're twins. Like how do you want twins to emulate each other? And like I'm saying, it's a lot. It's actually a lot. So actually a lot more work than people understand. I like to. My favorite example of twins. Hold on, let me type this in. My favorite example of twins is from The Matrix. Actually.
Oh yeah.
That's
relatable.
Insane casting, incredible writing for them, incredible costuming for them.
I actually wanted to see more of them. They didn't get a lot of screen time. That's the issue, I guess. Because they didn't know. I mean, I don't blame the Wachowskis because it was a nice idea. So they probably didn't know that they were gonna be fan favorites then. So
yeah, I honestly, How do you even know like this character is about to be a fan favorite?
Yeah.
But they've been in comics and stuff. Like I think I've seen them in a couple comics before.
Can you see my screen? I want to discuss the fight scene between the Vietnamese and Gretel. So Yen versus Gretel.
Yeah, exactly. Yen and Gretel. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like I love. Yeah, hit that.
So obviously there's the part where she's like, let's do it by hand, no weapons. I like the introduction here. That was nice. But I still have a few issues with the scene. We'll discuss it later. So if you look at the comments in the YouTube video, I was like, it was an amazing fight scene. It was great. not as great as I think it was, as they think it was, but maybe because we're comparing it with the general John Wick universe fight scenes. That's one. Two,
honestly, go ahead.
Yeah. Two, a lot of the comments were saying this is probably like a Mortal Kombat setting if we didn't know the background. It was interesting, yeah. It keeps reminding me of like Mortal Kombat, God of War, definitely the music, God of War-ish. My favorite video game of all time. And
I'm actually playing that right now. That's actually so funny you're saying that.
God of War on PS5.
I have an emulator, and I play. I have God of War 1, 2 on there right now. I'm playing number 1. I just started.
Why? You never played it before?
I played a little bit when my friend had it when I was a kid, but I never played like the God of War games until I played number 4.
Okay.
So.
Oh my God! Okay, the second one is the best one. I didn't play.
I know everyone says the third one's the best one. Everyone says
God of War
3.
No, really? Two is better than 3 because so God of War 3 was released on PS3, so better graphics, better.
Okay.
Better like hardware that comes with it, but from a storyline, I mean, you're right. You're a writer, so you're gonna focus more on the storyline. The storyline of the second, I mean. I don't want to bias your judgment, but the storyline in the second one is much better than the third one.
I take notes when I play video games. I'm like a freak. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe we should discuss it. Let me know when you finish.
I will. I'm gonna crush it.
I'll discuss my childhood experience with it, and you can discuss your adulthood experience.
So this scene actually reminds me of The Mummy.
Oh, really? The Mummy.
The 2 girls are fighting. Yeah, this is what this gives. This is Mummy right here.
Interesting. Oh my God, I don't remember what happened. I remember it was a great movie, but I don't remember what.
The Mummy?
Yeah.
Brother, that is a must-watch.
I watched it when I was a kid, so I don't remember exactly what happened.
Oh, no. You gotta rewatch that immediately. You can watch that like every week.
I remember this spell. Okay. You wanted to say something before I kept my take. What was it?
This reminds me of The Mummy.
Oh, that was your take.
This whole fight scene was.
Yeah.
The Mummy.
Let's keep going.
The twins are freaks. That's why I like them, because they're weird.
Okay, so my first critique of the scene, when you have such a good build up in the stunts of like a back and forth, you don't want to cut it like that. That ruins the flow.
Yeah.
That was my main critique, because it started really good.
Yeah.
Here they broke the flow.
They broke it.
They broke it, and I don't want to say ruined the scene. So anyone who's watching, I don't want to say ruined. Maybe it's like too harsh to say ruined, but it just didn't give all of its potential. At least.
Yeah. They took a lot of power out of the scene.
Exactly.
That corner.
Oh my God, that was an amazing sentence. What you just said. They took a lot of power. No, that's great. What you said, because it could have been a very more memorable scene. And I literally look. If they perfected that scene, I would have probably went to an 8. Because sometimes it just takes this one scene, just this, only like 10 seconds can literally change your whole view of the whole art piece you're watching. Like, it can compensate for a lot of mistakes just by perfecting this one scene.
That's right.
And yeah, that's why I was like, why'd you stop here? You broke the flow. No, I was mad.
They should have left it. They should have left the camera right over the pond, looking at the statue and those two fighting in that little area.
Yeah,
like a fight scene from a movie.
Exactly.
Or a video.
And it doesn't have to be too sophisticated. Just like exchange the fists, but make sure the build-up continues. Yeah. So here I was like, no, why'd you do that?
It's modern now. All modern fight scenes are a bunch of cuts.
Yeah.
A bunch of cuts.
Again, it's like these stops in the middle.
Cuts between. It's done because the actors can't do continuous fight scenes.
Okay, this was the part was good. I'll give credits to the writers and whoever got the idea. This was really good because if you remember when the episode started, she was stretching. She was stretching, and this is where they were basically getting us ready for this part. They were telling us, "Oh, she's a gymnast, so if you try to break stuff, she can automatically just fix it." So that was good. Just one shot for 1 second can create a whole narrative for you, which was really good.
She didn't have to have a 10-minute conversation about it.
Exactly.
It didn't need to be a freaking flashback.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just show a scene of her stretching before a warm up.
I like what you just said, gymnast days, because that's what people do. You're right. Let me just
pads the runtime.
Yeah, like let me put a whole 3 minutes just to prepare for this one scene when I can do it with one shot. Nobody cares.
Just play it.
Exactly. That's a great point.
See, like when they cut like that, you miss the impact of what the kick is. Like
exactly.
You can't even see what the kick was because when it cuts to from her jumping towards you, it cuts to behind her, so you don't even know where her leg is. Like that, you can see her foot there. So it looks like she kicked the crap out of her. I mean, she did also knock her into a wall, so that's crazy. But.
Yeah. Okay, this is another example of...
Yeah.
Look, I get it. You want to be dramatic. Yeah. You want to give me like this surprise. You always want to prioritize making sense. Mm-hmm. Look, it's fine. You want to do all this dramatic stuff. Do it in a kid's movie. Do it in a cartoon.
Yeah, literally. Yes.
Don't do it when the stakes are that high in an Assassin's movie.
No, you said it best. This is literally kid shit. Like this
exactly
is for kids. This
exactly.
is for people who are little kids. Oh, what's gonna happen? Who knows? The villain's taking their time, bro. What's gonna happen? What could possibly happen next? Maybe not get disarmed and get stabbed herself. oh, wow! Like, you know, like
you're getting paid, and your life is on the line, and the hotel's probably gonna get bombed, and like your boss is whoever it is. You see your opponent on the floor, you kill them, and you leave, and that's it.
Right.
You don't want to make it convenient. This is why it's a 6 because it was too convenient. You can't make it that convenient, man. I'm sorry, I can't give you the benefit of the doubt on this BS. Because, look, I'm an engineer, bro. I prioritize logic. I can't. Look, if it's a kids movie, I'll give it to you. Like, okay, it's for kids. Like, oh, you want to play? You want to be like the villain can't win? No. Like, no, this doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. I can't give that to you.
I mean, think of how John would have handled the situation. Like, think of how John or Common or Lawrence Fishburne's character, think of how any of them that would have handled the situation. They would have just stabbed the girl on the ground. They wouldn't have even turned her over. They would have just poked her in the neck and kept walking. John probably wouldn't have even poked her. He would have just shot her. They're not going to waste time doing anything fancy because they're assassins. They're efficient and effective killers.
Exactly.
But she's a freak.
Yeah. But again, that's where my question comes that I always wonder, like, do none of the actors object to that? I mean, they can't. They don't
have a choice.
I mean, they don't have a choice, especially when they're not the lead, but...
Yeah, no, like, they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice, but like, that's why, like, I'm always the rebel whenever I work on a project or whatever, because like whenever my boss, like not my boss, let's say my supervisor or like something I'm not happy with, I'm just calling you out, bro. I don't care. Like me personally, I wouldn't like tell them like, oh, you're stupid, but I would do something about it, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
People don't like that.
I mean, yeah.
They don't like when you tell them they're wrong.
Yeah.
Even when they're very wrong.
Yeah. People don't like that. It is what it is. If you want to keep your job, I guess. I mean, maybe if it's at the end of the movie, you can have But again, when you're at the end, you're like, it's like, cause look, I've been on set. I know the feeling. When you're towards the end of the shoot, you're like tired. You're like, I
Yes.
want to get it over with, you know. Especially when
Yes.
it's like the end of the day on a Friday. We're like in the last week of production. Let's get it over with, you know. Like, I get it, but like, I just these things, I just hate them when they happen.
That's super valid. It's like, what are you doing? It's literally been like 5 seconds, like 10 seconds of you picking her up.
Yeah.
I don't know. See? Now, if they would have just maintained that whole angle
Yeah.
for the whole fight,
Yeah.
it would have been an incredible fight scene. It would look like something out of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And this was also not necessary because she already stabbed her in the heart, right? Like, okay, this is when they're when they're prioritizing being dramatic over making sense and the storyline. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you feel? Because
This is your team.
I want to know your opinion on
This
that. Do you like
is your
prioritize?
team.
How do you
You're
approach
using Ninja
such a
One, an IT
decision?
management
So it's-
platform
so
that
it
makes
is based on
easy
what
to
kind of story you're
support your
telling.
devices
Yeah.
and users.
I think that John
So,
Wick,
you've noticed
the
things-
movie franchise, is much more realistic, quote unquote. Like, it's way more down to earth. The physics are way more valid. Even though they do have some BS, like, here's your health potion, and here's your bulletproof suit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no one's ever gonna shoot you in the head. Don't worry about that. Like, you don't need a helmet. You're not a soldier or anything.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, like, it is very grounded. Like, they shoot people and they die. If you're not wearing a bulletproof suit, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is more stylized. Remember, I said it was kind of like Sin City. Have you seen that? The black and white?
No.
It's gracious. Oh, my goodness gracious. We're going to watch. Oh, my goodness gracious. You would love Sin City. You would love Sin City because it's not realistic at all. It is straight drama. It is all stylized. It is all fantasized. It's really, 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 really good movie. This is more akin to that in that it's more fantasy. And so sometimes scenes like that where she like blows her up with a C4, that doesn't take me out of that doesn't ruin my immersion as much as like bad choreography. Like, that ruins my immersion just because I'm like, but you're assassins. Like, this is like a fantasy action kung fu stuff. Like, y'all should be blowing each other's heads off every punch. Like, she kicked her hard in the chest and knocked her into the pot and broke the pot. That whole court area should have been torn up from those two fighting. That's what should have happened. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna blow up a C4, then they should have torn the whole courtroom up. She should have body slammed her into 2 pots in a row, and then the other girl should have pushed one of the pillars onto the creepy girl, and then she would have unfurled herself and attacked her again. Like that, they should have gone crazy. But it's small measures. It's also a smaller budget. It's also a smaller budget. Oh, also.
Maybe this.
My bad.
Yeah,
This is
go ahead.
important.
Yeah, go ahead.
The fight scenes, the choreography of fight scenes, and the writers literally do not talk to each other.
Like, in general, or in this series, you
In
noticed
the
it?
production pipeline,
Okay.
they have no interaction. They're completely alternate teams, completely alternate pipelines. They don't even interact with each other. There are producers likely in charge of each of their camps who interact with each other. These teams don't even interact. So like the
So-
person who so how do you navigate like, oh, they're saying lines during a fight scene? The director and the actors are dealing with that,
Okay.
but the writers aren't dealing with that.
No, that's a good point you're making, because
And so the writers they don't keep track of all this stuff. And so here'll be this incredibly well written movie, or at least not incredibly well written, but very well written, Very very well written script. The script, the reading, all the things they're saying is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying anything stupid.
Yeah.
It's not incredible. They're not winning any kind of awards for it, but it's pretty consistent. It's good and it's consistent throughout. But if your fight scene has a silly piece of choreography that, like you said, ruins the immersion for you, then it's like, yeah, that's not going to save the writing, because now the writing suffers because of the choreography.
Ah, that's a good point.
You can't change it.
Exactly.
Like imagine if you had the best script ever written, and they even cast Brad Pitt in your movie. Oh my God, bro! Your script has Brad Pitt in it, yeah, but the music sucks for that movie, and its sound mixed terribly. It's super loud in some parts, and it's super quiet.
Because here's the thing: you need a good script to get a good movie, but that's not enough. It's
not enough.
Necessary, but not sufficient.
Once the writers have done their part, dude, they don't get it. They have no control over how that stuff goes out, and it actively affects how the story is told, because the story is told not through writing; it's told through the entire medium of the medium that you're ingesting. If you're listening to a movie, if you're watching a movie, if you're watching a TV show, if you're reading a book, these things they change based on the medium that you're operating in. But like, writers don't; they lose power in that. A writer for a book has way more power than a writer for a TV show, than a writer for a movie.
Definitely.
I think writers for TV shows have more power than writers for movies.
Now that you mention this, now that I'm thinking about it, that's why, for example, in movies you always have better stunts. Why? Because usually the director is the writer, right? Because the director is involved with.
Yeah, or at least he's the executive producer. Like he's involved. He's funding the project.
Yeah. No, that's a good point you're making. So maybe that's what happened here. Because they are separate.
Very separate.
Weird stuff started to happen. And again, back to your point of how it's a lower budget thing. So probably the stunt person or the stunt coordinator is just second tier. Maybe not the first year, but maybe they were good, but not first
You know what
years.
I'm saying?
So
they had a contract with somebody, and they got put on a team, and then the producer was like, "Oh, actually, I have a contract with these guys. Let me grab one of these writers teams, and then one of these stunt teams."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh yeah," the stunt team's like, "Oh guys, we got the gig." You know what I'm saying? And they go and do their gig.
Because with the John Wick series, obviously, if you've seen some of the clips, like Keanu Reeves literally works with the stunt coordinator, literally to just practice not the stunts, but like the actual.
Exactly.
What's it called? Fighting style, or like karate, kung fu, whatever they want to try. They actually practice it with the stunt coordinator. Like Keanu literally was learning how to fight, and then he was applying it in the movies. He obviously had a stunt double and all of that, but he was putting the effort on the side. It wasn't just like you go to the set and you practice a few things and that's it. So. Yeah, obviously here it was a different game, so it was so it let what it let.
That's how all production teams are built. That's what I've come to realize working in the entertainment industry is like everything's disconnected. It's all compartmentalized, and that leads to disconnection. It leads to poor communication between them. I think that producers have a way super crazy important job of connecting those teams together as making them cohesive. But if money is the motive, if money is the motivation, then like you're not prioritizing cohesiveness. You're prioritizing cost effectiveness, return of investment. Like you want to make sure, we need something written. Well, they already have. Let's go through some scripts. We don't have to hire any writers. Boom, we got scripts. Okay, here's a script. All right, hire a couple writers. Let's get it drenched up. Director's a writer as well. Make it make sense. Okay, boom. Get my team. I need producers for this. I need a sound team. I need boom team. I need a set team. I need actors. I need a composer for the score. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it all together. But like, it happens in an order. And a lot of the stuff in Hollywood is already like streamlined. Like not streamlined. I imagine there's always some headaches and something. But like, in everything, likely those poor people. Making millions, those poor bastards.
And again, if you think the entertainment people, they don't get paid much. There's always like those first tier, like the difference between the first tier and the second tier is just so it's a big gap, you know. Like the writers, they barely.
And the
like,
actors make an unfathomable amount of money. Which
not really. Maybe the lead, yes.
Oh, the lead. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Everybody else, no, literally, basically.
Well, actually, what I meant was relative to the pay scale of everyone else.
Actors, I'll give you that.
But
yeah,
you're right. It is definitely the leads who make the unfathomable amount. I think actors get paid a lot, and that's fair. I think if you make it to acting, You should get paid. A lot.
Because when we say a lot, how do I compare it to? I compare it to like a normal engineering job because like I'm an engineer. I know what engineers make, and I know like I got to know what like writers make and what like editors make. It's just there's a big gap. So if you're an average engineer, if you're an average, not even average, if you're like a below average engineer, you're probably making that more than a above average writer. Or like an above above average editor. So
way more.
so this is why I know like because these people aren't paid much. They're probably not.
If you're a below average engineer, you're employed. If you're an above average writer, you're not. You're not employed.
Yeah. So yeah, like, but again, I don't like to give this excuse that because they're not being paid well. That's why they made these mistakes. Because look at us, we're not getting paid, and we're doing it again. We talked about it. We're doing it for the love of the game. You know, it's
no, for sure, sure. I respect people, but that's you know what. On that note, though, teams like writing teams like that, or even like or production teams, choreography teams who do it for the love of the game, have better product.
Yep.
Create better product. They want it more. They believe in it. They believe in it. They're gonna be cohesive with it because their whole team believes in what they're doing. It's not for a paycheck. They believe in it. I think that you can find people who can do it for the love of the game and pay them.
Yep.
That's the trick. I think that's what I was asking earlier. Like, how do you build a good writing team? That's the answer.
Probably that's it. Yeah. I mean, the love of the game was really obvious in She-Hulk. Like, there was passion in the writing. I'm surprised the series didn't get what it deserves from the critics, but it was just really good writing.
Dude, that Hulk stuff was cringe, though. I wish he was not in that show at all. Frankly, I think he. No, I'm sorry. The ending.
The ending?
I didn't need that. That's not.
You didn't like the ending.
It's She-Hulk, so it should be about She-Hulk. I don't care about his son spinoff. Like who cares? You don't have put that in the end of one of your movies, like you're gonna do anyway.
I mean, that was like a scene and a half, so it was fine. Like for me, it was more about how she went to the real world and met the writers and the producer and all.
I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it? No.
I didn't like the son thing. That was so far from the point. Like, remember, I really appreciate good fan service. Fan service doesn't always have to be gratuitous nudity. From Dragon Ball Z, the character Piccolo, he's a fan service character. He doesn't fight anymore. He's way too weak to keep up in the later seasons of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. But he's a fan favorite. So they drop him in once in the movie to give some sage advice, and then he F's off. Yay! Yeah! Piccolo, woo! We did it! You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see. That's fan service. I'm cool with that. Poor fan service is when they're just like, oh yeah, here. Like, oh, here's your favorite character. Ha ha ha. They're not doing anything relevant, but it's like throughout the whole movie, like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see it. And then also at the end, you're like, all right, Bruce Banner is at the beginning of the show. Like, it explains how She-Hulk got her powers and stuff like that. That's relevant. Great. That's good fan service. Yep. Good show. Great so far. Get to the end. What was relevant about it? Okay. What did She-Hulk gain from Bruce introducing his son? It's fan service because it's a cliffhanger, because it's unanswered questions, because it's fan service. It's
hold on, wait. I remember in the second Black Panther, you liked the kid's introduction at the end.
She was already pregnant, so we knew. Yeah, okay. She was already pregnant, but he's not the new Black Panther.
Yeah, he's not.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not going to be in the movie. Hulk's son's gonna have his own thing, obviously, allegedly. I mean, they already introduced him. Think of how weird it's gonna be if they have Hulk in the next movie somewhere and his son is just not mentioned at all. Exactly. Yeah. Because it's a relevant, very important aspect in the new Black Panther or the Black Panther 4 or Avengers 16, and they have the new Black Panther. They're not gonna ask about the first Black Panther's son. Who cares? Was he ever superpowered? Like. Fan service has to be relevant. You have to have relevant fan service. Lazy fan service is immersion breaking for me. It takes me straight out of the show. It unplugs me from it. I don't need it. If you have a good anime and it's really well written, good. If you got to put some big jiggly boobies in there to make some more money, man, dang. I don't want to see that. It's like you're watching a movie and there's a big Pepsi logo on the thing. Come on. It breaks your immersion. I can't not see it.
See, it's so similar to what I said. It's like they're forcing it on you, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I was laughing at what you're saying. I was like, I hear you because you're not wrong. I was wanting to hear. I wanted you to unpack your take. I was like, hold on, he's cooking a little bit. It's like Acolyte, like the from the Acolyte. I love that show. I think the stunt choreography is phenomenal. I think the music's great. I think the writing is all right. The plot is very, very interesting, and the characters slap, except for the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, that green lady. This poorly written character and poorly acted character. Immersion breaking. Every scene, please stop talking. Please get off the screen. It's the director's wife. Oof. Director's gay wife instead of lesbian. They're gay together. That's their wife. You can't get her out of the scene. You can't kick her off. How dare you? 2023, baby. She's going in that movie, in that show, and she's gonna suck the whole time. She sucked.
What were we talking about in order to reach that point? We were talking how the producers and like they need to work together, so that yeah, okay.
They want to succeed.
Any final takes on the Continental? Y'all need to watch Ballerina now, right?
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Continental did a lot of good world building for Ballerina, because I don't know. It's a movie, right?
Yeah, Ballerina's a movie.
Yeah. Okay. So now, this is like
it's not long, so don't worry. It's only 2 hours. Like it's not.
I mean, it's basically John Wick 5. So
yeah.
I have high expectations.
Yeah.
Not John Wick 5. All right.
You'll like it. I feel you'll like it. Again, they listen to feedback, so
they do.
So if you look at the feedback we gave on John Wick 4, it was fixed in the Ballerina, so that was good. And some cult references. I know you like that since you're writing about it. And
what happened?
There's some cult references.
So say it again. I can't hear you.
There's some cult references.
In John Wick. In Ballerina.
Yeah, and I know you like that because you're writing about it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've actually written. It's funny you say that. I've written way more in my book than I have any comedy routine. I've plunged deep into the dark hearts of man, my brother. I've done a lot of research into like psychopaths. Man.
Oh.
My goodness, it's just hard to. How do you write about these people? How do you write a convincing psychopath without having to study them deeply? Otherwise, you have poor representations. You have psychopaths who are actually sociopaths, and you don't know the difference because you didn't do any research. Now your characters suck, and everyone hates talking crap about your show on the internet. Don't want that to be me.
Okay, so I'm checking how you can watch the Ballerina movie.
I'm a dude. I'll be on the high seas, baby. Don't you worry about me.
Okay, yeah. If you can find it, then
I'll find it. Oh yeah, I will discover it.
Wait.
Oh, but God of War. Yeah. I'm gonna play that. I'm playing that.
Is it actually on YouTube Open Access?
Hey.
Oh no, that's only a minute. Okay, that's a preview. Okay.
That's just the rental thing.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So, but yeah, if I'll text Nada, make sure she watches it as well, and yeah, you'll like it.
All right, that's what I'm doing then.
Okay, and I guess I can end the stream. So tomorrow we're doing Mehdi Hassan review of his debate with the far right and the fascists and all these type of people. And
Jubilee misleading title. Just regular conservative.
Oh, yeah.
Everyday American.
It's funny when you look at the comments. Some people calling it, "Oh no, these are 16 fascists, 2 confused Iranians, and 2 Mexicans who don't know why they're there." I was
who were like, "Wait a minute, you're saying what now?"
That was was so
He's
funny.
like, everyone clap for me. Yeah, you're in a room full of 20 people who agree with you, buddy. Everyone's gonna clap for you. Stupid.
Of course they're gonna clap for you.
It's funny. I'm excited. Yeah, I watched that thing from start to finish because I almost didn't watch it because sometimes I just can't